Game week 24 now done. And
Hang on, we're playing in a few minutes, so
uh,
not quite.
pretty much
The
done.
main event hasn't turned up yet.
But so big results. And the goal scorers are back at it. Mo Salah on the score sheet. Haaland on the score sheet. Kai Havertz on the score sheet. Now, George, he's still Arsenal's top goal scorer. A 5-1,
15 goals.
5-1,
Yeah,
15 goals. 5-1.
in all comps, he scored a couple in
Whoa,
the League Cup
whoa,
against
whoa,
Barnet or
whoa.
something. I don't want to get into Havertz this week. We all
I think
saw
fucking
how
Havertz
we
got
could have.
goals.
If City were half decent, Havertz would have cost you that that game. He literally would have, because at 1-0, he missed an absolute sitter.
He
Um,
did. He did.
but look, he took his goal very well. So today isn't the day to criticise Kai Havertz. I mean, he took his goal well. He did show why he's not rated as a striker by anyone that knows anything about football. But yeah, um,
Like Mikel Arteta and
yeah, well, precisely. Yeah, exactly.
He does get a disproportionate amount of time on here, Kai Havertz.
He does.
it's bizarre.
But
His,
Because
his,
he's shit.
his goals per minute ratio on this podcast are pretty
Mention per
abhorrent.
minute. Yeah. His
agreed.
mention
But
per minute is probably somewhere around Wanyeri's goals per
day,
minute.
one day, Piss, it'll all be put to bed when you finally admit, you know what, Kai Havertz isn't all that, and then we can put it to bed.
But George, based on that performance on the weekend, you can see why Arsenal fans do like him there. And
Well, some Arsenal fans do, not
okay,
everyone. Some stick with him, but I
Most
mean,
ones with a fucking brain in their nut rate him. Do you know what I mean? Like,
look, I don't want to get into it because we're never going to agree he's
no,
a
no,
good
we never.
player.
No, no, no. But
And
I think
Arsenal, we should talk about Arsenal and
end
how
of
they
next
actually played really
season,
well.
end of next season, we'll pick it up.
Why does it feel like Pierce was a couple of minutes later than us? Because he's been looking in the mirror. He's been there going, right, when George is going to start, right, Pierce, you've got this. Come on, we've got
I didn't think you get mentally
He's been
riled
in the
up for
mirror
this.
going, come on, we got this.
but
No,
to be
mate,
fair,
I
I
wanted
didn't
to
need
give
any.
Arsenal some credit. I
I
think
didn't need
they
any riling up.
go on. I think Arsenal deserves some well, definitely a lot of credit because at 1-1 they I thought they were actually really poor for the first half and up until City scored. But when City scored, that's the best I've seen Arsenal play all season. I thought they were fantastic. So credit to them, absolutely battered City and deservedly won 5-1.
Yeah, do you know
Uh,
what? I think when obviously we scored early and it should have been two, like we've said. And then I don't know whether it was part of the game plan or not. Like, look, obviously we were setting that trap, pressing high, and it kept working. We should have punished them and been 2-0 up. But at 1-0 up, City are always going to have a spell when they're on top. They're keeping the ball, passing it about, and I don't know if it was part of the game plan or it's because City are they're still very good at that, despite the results they've had in the last few months. They push you right back, and I think there was a long period of the game, probably 50 minutes, if you look across both halves, maybe 60, where we probably showed them a little bit too much respect and when we were 1-0
mm,
up. And I think that's what maybe, I don't know if it's that City maybe have got older, they've lost Rodri, but I think that's where maybe teams have gone wrong over the last few years, that you do often see teams just yield to City. They basically go, look, they're
yeah.
going to have the
Well,
ball, they're going to smash us. Let's just do
yeah.
damage limitation.
Pissed. Like what I was good. Chelsea did exactly that and respected City way too much. City were there for the taking in the Chelsea game, and it went. We went
you're
1-0
one,
up
you're
again.
1-0
Should have
up.
gone
Yeah.
further ahead. Should have gone further ahead. Didn't, and we sat back. Was giving them far too much respect. And then City scored, and we didn't snap into life. We continued to go into our shell, and they beat us. They scored against you, and it was the opposite. You're like we're actually better than these. Let's get ourselves. Let's be intense
Let's
and let's
go
go
out.
win this game.
Yeah, yeah, let's go
Yeah,
at them. And I mean, they were only they when they levelled, because on balance of play they were all over us really. They equalised, really good header from Haaland. Sort of bullied Saliba, which rarely happens. You don't see it often, but gave him a nudge and then really quickly got in front of him. Bit of a lofted ball, but still generated loads of power. And Raya, I mean, Raya's having the season of his career, and he pulled off 2 unreal saves in the first half and managed to beat him with a lofted cross, like unreal. Really, that's what Haaland's about. I think he had 9 touches in the game, but when that's one of them,
He
that's
went
why.
40 plus minutes without a touch, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, just to put it into context, two points here. One is CE have conceded more goals than United in the league, right?
That's a mad stat. That.
How have you
the
tried to make
point,
United look good for that?
Second point, United beat CE, so it's no big deal.
Fuck's sake.
It's no big deal.
You know what?
United get beaten by everybody.
Get a card
I'm gonna come on to that, and you're talking about every day, but the shithouse for you during the match, Gabriel giving it to Haaland.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
The Haaland goal celebration.
The Haaland goal celebration. I mean, just go through that.
That was bleach.
Go through the history of that. When we played them at the Etihad, Lewis Skelly came over to. I think there was a bit of aggro between Haaland and someone else. Lewis Skelly came over to kind of try and calm it down a bit, and Haaland went, "Hang on, who the fuck are you?"
Yeah.
And so obviously, and then when they equalised last minute, Haaland's lobbed the ball at back of Gabriel's head. He's given it to Arteta. Like, I mean, City are an unreal team, and they're coming off the back of a dynasty. You'd probably say, innit? Like, 4 in a row, treble winners. Like, they've dominated football for fucking years. But they are the worst winners in the world. Like, there is not an ounce of class about them. Like, Bernardo Silva is a little rat booting Leandro Trossard, and they're so catty in their interviews. They just take your medicine. You're not what you were, and you got beat. Like, they're just so fucking.
But they're serial winners. Well, they're not going to hold their hands up. They're not going to be happy. They're winners. Have a
little bit of lobbing the ball in the back of someone's head, and then we get criticised when Gabriel gives him a bit back because after that game, and Gabriel sort of
but Haaland also got criticised. It depends. You're picking out one pundit, Gary Neville.
Not by the Sky Sports Mafia. They all were sucking him off over it, but.
Yeah. You just like to see a bit of back.
I love that legal. I love that legal. Miles Lewis Skelly having the balls at 18 to ask for the ball, run into the box, score, and then do the Haaland celebration. I think that's like, and then when they're giving it to you, that's like United and Arsenal when they used to go up against each other, like Ruud van Nistelrooy missing the penalty and Keown getting in his face. Like, you want that aggro. You want him in the tunnel kicking off. Like, that is.
That's what was missing from the Man City Liverpool rivalry. It felt like they really respected each other too much, and there was never any of that.
It was too
nice. Exactly. And Liverpool fans would come out of the last so many seasons, we've won this many trophies, like us and City. It's like, mate, you're not one fucking team. You want to win more trophies than them. You're not pooling your trophies together.
Just on Pierce's point, City, when everything is handed to you on an oily plate.
Neutral, right? Here we go. Here he is.
Yeah, I mean, neutral.
Mr. Neutral coming out.
It's like fantasy football. They haven't got class because, we got a problem. Let's just buy half a team. What's happening now? Pep, he's under pressure. He's buying half a team. I think
there's another team in Manchester that does that every now and again. They just sign shit players.
We're crap. We're crap. But see, Pep, for all his greatness, makes players better. Has he really? He's just he's now going to buy. Now he's going to buy 6. He's going to buy another 6 fullbacks. Right. Hope that one of them.
You can't. Pep won the treble with Barca. He won the treble with City. You can't question.
George, go back to your point.
Rijkaard. He inherited the Barcelona team from Rijkaard. And now the City team, it's all greasy money he's got. So,
he needs a booking. He needs a booking.
Not yet.
No, I think it's fair. He's inherited a team. But Bayern Munich, he couldn't win the European Cup. He was there to win the European. He couldn't do it.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, you've changed my mind.
Well, yeah, true. But I mean,
no, George. Sorry, I want to go back to just what something you said about serial winners not taking it. They're not going to take losses well. And I think what sort of bugs me about City in the way. I mean, Pep is quite muggy, and I think it's by design. Like, he does it on purpose. Like when they were pumping us on a regular basis, 4-0, 5-0, 5-1. Every time that fixture came up, I used to look at it and think, oh, I've got to go to that home game, and it's just miserable. Pep in the post match and all their players, Pep would give it like the same way you talk about pumping Burnley 6-0, would be like, they were so good. They were so good. And it's like, you've just pumped us 6-0. Don't be such a condescending little twat. And now the tables are turned a little bit. They haven't had a result over us in a while. We've just pumped them. There's just zero humility. They can't just go, yeah, do you know what? You know, Arsenal are better than us today. There's this need, or he's like, well, you know, he's all shirty, and I just think, just have a little bit of class. It
Yeah,
can't
but
always go your way.
But why would
he's
he?
always
You're
why he's
You're
always
not
going
listening,
to
guys. Pep's missus was the real brains behind the operation,
right.
right? She's
Kill it.
gone.
You know what?
When's this
You know
guy
what?
coming out?
Nah,
Yeah.
You know what? I've had enough of your shit. That is a yellow from you now.
I'm straight.
she was the brains. What? She's gone. Yeah, that Fergie kept Kathy. Right.
I quite like how Pep handles himself in his interviews. I think
he's a weird bloke, and I like it.
He's weird. Yeah, he's just a weirdo. It's quite I quite like. I
I don't think you can not like him, but it's just like the way, like I say, they get really ratty. Like,
But you would. You're so.
Well, they're rattles,
used to winning for the last.
No, but a senior pro can be angry, and you know, and sort of.
Yeah, but you want Haaland like walking down the tunnel, pointing at the champions badge. Like you want all that.
I don't mind that so much, but I mean, it's more the kicking out and giving it to an 18-year-old. Like, have a bit about yourself. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, but I know. But then you say you want the bite in the game. So what do you want? Do you want the bite in the game?
Well,
or do you want to say, oh, these are better than us?
But just, I don't know. Don't give it to a fucking 17-year-old. I think.
Hang on. This is coming from the team that threw pizza at an elderly gentleman.
I mean, Fergie gave
Fabregas threw pizza at
you know,
Fergie.
like Haaland, Haaland's like this 6'4" fucking
player,
and he decides to start on fucking Lewis Skelly, and then when we give a bit back, Pep's all rattled about Skelly's fucking.
Yeah, but Haaland can say that. Haaland is the striker that came in, led City to the treble. If some 18-year-old's giving him jip, he can say, "Who the fuck are you?"
He can.
That was like his second game.
Right. Yeah,
of course he can say that too.
I don't know. Obviously,
Zlatan
personal to me, and it's annoying.
Yeah.
I just think, like I say, I keep saying it.
Well, of course it is. It's 20-year players. Like you would, I'd feel the same feel as to a Chelsea player. You feel a bit of anger, but Haaland can say that.
Do you know what it's like with Gabriel?
And it's great that Miles gave it back.
Gabriel got a ball launched at the back of his head, and he said, "Yeah, well, all right, we'll be waiting for you at our house." And then we batter him. Do you know what I mean? There was none of the. I don't know. It just seems like
it's just good back and forth.
I don't know. There's just seems. I don't know.
Passion, right? And that's what it is, isn't it? So, and yeah,
it's a passionate game.
You've got to think also.
I'm all for it.
That rivalry of first and second for the last couple of seasons is boiling over. This time, tables have turned slightly. You're still second, but Man City aren't top.
Yeah, but you got Haaland's old man arguing and giving it to like 14-year-olds with the Twitter handle Saka stats.
But mate, you should just be happy you've got them rattled.
I think you'll find, and I think, mate, you are so fucking rattled that you make yourself look like a fool.
Yeah, but then you're getting rattled
because of the king, right? He's famous because of
I'm not the father of Burning Haaland, though. I'm a dickhead on a podcast with 3 other people. You know what I mean?
Book him for that, Killen.
Why? I agree with it. We are.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna move on to the other.
Yeah. Let's move on.
The other team in Manchester United. What the hell is going on?
No, let's talk about Forest. Let's talk about Forest.
Forest, great.
Yeah, don't let him get away from it. We'll talk about Forest.
What? Amarin, what is going on?
We're getting an Amarin every week.
You are.
Right?
It is shocking.
We're shocking. We're shocking. Believe in the project. That's what we keep getting told. So, yeah. You know, I'll believe in the project. We'll get into Champions League this year and then we'll move on next year. Right?
The whole club needs sorting out
No,
from bottom to
we
top.
keep saying the club are like, oh, the Glazers are still buying players. It's just like we bought shit. Then it's like change the owners, get rid of the transfer people. So they've done all that.
But the Glazers are still there. Ineos,
Oh,
I don't think are any good.
I don't even get what
Glazers would
it
have.
seems messy. Who the fuck are Ineos? Like, I know it's
Yeah,
Jim Ratcliffe
Ineos
set it
actually,
up. Like,
Ratcliffe
it looks
destroyed
a
Nice,
mess.
right? He
yeah,
actually made
yeah.
a shit show of Nice as well.
Well,
People
look,
don't realize that.
the Glazers were never going to give a bit of power to somebody that isn't going to agree with what the Glazers want to do. They're still running the club. They're still the
I don't even
majority
want to talk
shareholder.
about them, right? I don't think we can blame them. We've got a big enough, half decent squad, I think.
You don't have a
And we
half-decent
should
squad.
we've got better than bloody bottom half of table squad, and we're crap.
I don't know if you do. Look how good the likes of Bournemouth are. The likes of Fulham are.
Are you kidding me? We
Newcastle,
got
Forest.
Xerxes. We had Anthony. I mean, we're giving away Anthony. I mean, that's how good our squad is.
Well, I
You're
think
just shocking.
the big headline was Rashford going. I mean, he's a boy at
Yeah.
United's academy.
No.
Fucking
Get rid. If he's not happy, get rid.
Yeah, but why is he not happy?
I appreciate
What's
the
playing for his
romance.
boyhood club.
happy with him. That was the issue.
I appreciate the romance on that, but if it's not working out, just get rid, cut your losses.
Yeah,
Don't
but
make
you
it
need how
crazy.
many players do you need to do
Does
that with?
does that not sting? It, like, you know, if I thought of Saka going off the boil and going out clubbing and acting up
Yeah.
and losing his head and leaving Arsenal at 27 and not fulfilling his potential, that would sting.
It's like Mount when he left Chelsea. I was gutted that he left. I'm so glad he's doing shit because it makes you not like him. But
I'm so
like, I was gutted when he left.
I never truly wish him well. You think, fuck off.
Yeah, obviously not. I'm never gonna hope that he goes over there and does well. He left his boyhood club and he's fucked off elsewhere. But you never wished him well at all, and it did sting when Mount left. I was desperate for him to stay. I thought surely Mount doesn't want to leave. This can't be true, and he goes.
I don't even know what Mount does. I'll be honest. Like even when he plays,
takes 250 grand a week.
Yeah, but what's his function? No, even when he's playing, what's his function? I don't understand. Anyway, United are crap.
How many of your players can you say that about? There's so many that are like that.
Exactly. So let's
On that note, thank you very much, guys.